Hello, and welcome to my presentation on student work and bulletin boards. In this presentation, you will observe different ways I decide to involve my students in their learning through different activities, the technology, and paperwork. Along with this, I also decided to show you one of my bulletin boards that I created. On my left, you can see the bulletin board that I created. This bulletin board reflects my desire to teach students about growth mindset. On the right is one of the many different activities that I decided to include into this PowerPoint. This piece of work was a piece that I taught students about rainbow, about counting, about how to follow directions. Here is one of the bulletin boards that I created. As stated before, I decided to teach students about how to develop the growth mindset instead of developing a fixed mindset. 5 words stated: reflect, solve, create, grow, and think is what I believe will teach students about how to develop growth mindsets. As a teacher, I hope that students learn to grow by thinking about how to solve different problems that they face. They are not able to solve the problem, they are able to create a way to solve the problem. Eventually, once they are able to solve the problem, I hope that they are able to reflect on what worked, what did not work. These 5 different words, I believe the students will be able to learn effectively. The bulletin board was just planned. I decided to spice it up using tissue paper flowers and ladybugs. Although the ladybugs were a cute addition, it also was able to be an academic to the students as well. Students were able to learn about symmetry, about counting, about one-to-one correspondence, about fine motor skills, about how to follow directions. This was all able to be connected to a literature, as in The Grouchy Ladybug by Eric Carle. As a ladybug with a piece of student work, I will show you different ways I developed student work to further my teaching. As we are in the 21st century, technology is very important and a very good way to engage student learning. One example of technology that I use is Nearpod, which is an application on smart devices. Students who use Nearpod are able to go into their iPads, connect to the server, and learn with the classroom. Once they're able to draw on the Nearpod, they're able to flick it up onto the screen and show the students about what they know. Through this, further discussion is able to occur. On the left is what I showed to the students about how I wanted them to use symmetry. On the right is the students' work. By seeing this on the board, I was able to further my teaching by seeing where the students were at, so I could review with them if they did not understand, or delve deeper into what they understood. As you can see, the students did understand what symmetry was, as they were able to discuss using post-it notes on their Nearpod. Another piece of technology that I use within the classroom is Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle uses a combination of videos as well as questions to further student understanding. The question on top asks, what does he think is on the newspaper? Based on the video, the student was able to draw a conclusion that he thought was blood. The evidence that they used was that he looks really scared and he backed up. Another example of how I was able to see that they knew how to draw conclusions is that based on the video on the bottom asked what happened to the rat. The student was able to draw conclusions that the rat was dead, and they used the evidence that the rat was not moving within the garbage can. Based on the things that I received, I was able to understand. Students understood what drawing conclusions was. Another piece of technology that I use is called Kahoot. Kahoot is a application that uses the student's competitive nature in order to further understanding of academic knowledge. For example, I asked a question: what's 7 and 7/8 minus 5 and 1/8? Students were working together or independently. I was able to see what they knew. If they did not understand it, I was able to go back and teach them how to solve the problem. On the right, you can see their scores and what they got. The last piece of technology that I use for student work are QR scanners. QR scanning is a great way to get students involved and interested in their learning. On the right, you can see two different examples of genres that the students had to go through. One example is realistic fiction, the book Frindle. Students read an excerpt from Frindle, and using the evidence that they had, they were able to solve the problem and put it on their worksheet. Genre two, they were looking at fantastical fiction. From what they read on the board on screen, they were able to decipher what genre two was. Lastly, within life skills, I was able to teach students about the rainbow, as well as how to count and fine motor skills. Although this seems like a simple task, many of the students have behavioral issues as well as intellectual disabilities, where we had to work through various different problems. In the end, we were able to create very beautiful pieces of artwork that we were able to hang in the classroom. This is the end of the presentation. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me with the information that's on my home screen. Thank you.